In today's video, we're going to explore a couple of clips and articles on how 2025 is the year for Bitcoin to explode in macro adoption and price. So stay tuned.
Every minute you wait, Bitcoin climbs higher. The difference between success and regret? Taking action now. At Drip2BTC, you get more than just Bitcoin. You get growth, security, and peace of mind. Buy Bitcoin, deposit it, and watch your future transform. No risk, no reward. Start earning at Drip2BTC.com.
Hey guys, welcome back. Drip Coach here with Drip and Farm Poor Poverty, where we don't trust, we verify, and operate with integrity and transparency. I was scrolling through my X feed and came across this clip from Michael Saylor, and it's nothing that we are not familiar with, but it just hit different because I don't watch the news, or definitely not their traditional like news media sources on TV or cable. But it got me to thinking after watching this. I'll give you some more insights, but there is a lot of catalysts. So let's just listen to this clip and then I'll break down what got me triggered surrounding this.
Good evening. Hope you're having a great Saturday night and welcome back to My View. Well, you're probably like me, and Bitcoin and crypto are a foreign language to a lot of us. It's actually something many of you have been curious about. But when you can't see the dollar bills in front of you, it can be a concept that's difficult to understand. But let's start with the basics. We've established a strategic Bitcoin reserve, putting us at the cutting edge of cryptocurrency's potential.
Last year, I promised to make America the Bitcoin superpower of the world, and this will be a virtual Fort Knox for digital gold to be housed within the United States Treasury. That's a big thing. The federal government is already among the largest holders of Bitcoin. Unfortunately, in recent years, the U.S. government has foolishly sold tens of thousands of additional Bitcoin that were worth billions and billions of dollars had they not sold them, but they did sell them, mostly during the Biden administration. From this day on, America will follow the rule that every Bitcoin knows very well: never sell your Bitcoin.
Michael Saylor, you have over 48 patents, and now you are so big into the Bitcoin crypto space. How did you get introduced to crypto initially?
In 2013, I heard about Bitcoin, but I didn't need it, and I just dismissed it as an oddity. And in 2020, my company faced an existential crisis, and I realized that I was either going to have a fast death or a slow death, or I needed to take a risk and transform the business. So what we did is we looked around for something like digital gold that we could purchase on our company's balance sheet that would save the company and give us a future. And so that's how I came across crypto.
A lot of people say, all right, if I want to invest a little money in Bitcoin, I don't know where that goes, but it does go somewhere. You're saying it's actually more secure and safer than actually putting it into a bank because it's yours and no one could ever take that from you. Is that right?
I'm going to pause there because we're to come back to that piece, but this was the eye opener for me. So anyone watching my channel, been in crypto for longer than a couple months, this is old hat for you. So hearing the strategic Bitcoin reserve announcement, even though that was a big deal, it didn't get as much hype as we would have liked due to the macroeconomic factors and more uncertainty. And then listening to Michael Saylor, of course, that's nothing new either. But what hit me different is because yes, now we actually have a Bitcoin strategic reserve signed in by the current president of the United States. Last year, around this time, was the ETFs getting launched, making it available and legal for traditional institutions to hold Bitcoin on their balance sheet or to create ETFs for it. So you can make it easy for normal people to get into Bitcoin. And the big news for me is that this is now on the mainstream media. Now, every cycle prior to this, whenever Bitcoin popped off a little bit, it would make it into the news, usually with FUD, but now it hits different because this is the new norm. Like, it is not going away. This is the standard. Michael Saylor has been running around orange pilling everyone in Washington, all the big companies. Again, the executive order being signed in. And then the fact that this is on the mainstream media, this got me to thinking, I was like, wait a minute, how many people watch the news here versus the traditional outlets? So it's like, according to Gemini, younger age groups 18 to 29 are more likely to get news from social media, and while older adults, 50 plus, tend to rely on TV and newsprint. And I decided to do a little more digging still on Statista. That is reflected here in this chart. Age 50 to 50 plus is a large amount of people getting their news from traditional sources like TV. Then the younger groups, of course, social media and whatnot, right? Makes more sense. And then when we come over to federalreserve.gov, you can see wealth by age groups. So the bulk of the money, let's look at that right there. Well, it doesn't matter what time frame you're looking at. This goes all the way back to 1990, but you can see, let's just start in here, 2024. You got 55 to 69. I'm not able to actually, there we go. 64 trillion. And then 70 plus 47 trillion. You add both of those up, that is 110 trillion out of 152. That is more than 70% of the wealth is in that age group. So 55 plus. And we go back to this chart again to make it stick home. They are the ones that are watching TV. And when you come back here, Michael Saylor fits in that age group. Donald Trump fits in that age group. What is it? BlackRock, Larry Fink, all these guys, all the traditional guys with all the money, they are in this age group, 55 plus, and that clearly is reflected in the wealth. Now, I'm not saying they're going to be swayed by the news, but this is the stuff that they're watching. So when the president signs an executive order, that definitely has some sway into what's going to happen with all of that capital. So that to me is just extremely bullish. It's that beach ball analogy where Bitcoin is a beach ball being held underwater. There's just way too much demand being stopped up right now. And this goes back to this video or a clip I had in a previous video over on HODL 15, this guy that shorted the market. He apparently added more Bitcoin and then he created a long and went with Melania for a little bit. Now he's back to shorting the market. And this is turning into the Wall Street bets where the 48 Yacht Club came in and AMC. GMC is the car dealership. AMC is the movie company, but AMC and GameStop. So there's a lot of people apparently on social media trying to get this guy liquidated. Either way, I still believe the markets will see a short coming up, like a temporary downtrend. But the point I'm getting at is that all of this is just noise towards the broader amount of interest coming over into the market. And this next clip by Michael Saylor talking about how they should be viewing Bitcoin is the real nail in the coffin for these 55 plus year olds.
The real appeal of Bitcoin is people don't want to invest or risk their money. They want to save their money. So Bitcoiners would say, we're not investing, we're saving. It's a savings technology. What if you just wanted to take your life savings and put it into a bank in cyberspace that promises to never freeze your funds, that isn't run by humans, it's run by incorruptible software, and you're going to go to sleep for a decade, right? If you're Rip Van Winkle, what can I buy that 30 years from now will be more valuable, that will hold its value? We want to know that we control it, not our bank, not our government, not the mayor, not the CEO of the company. When I first started looking for digital gold, I saw there were 10,000 different crypto networks. And I said, what's the winner? What's the safe one? What's the secure choice? And we sifted through and we said, well, the largest, most valuable one appears to be Bitcoin. Has it been copied? Can it be copied? Well, it had been copied 10,000 times and they had all failed. Bitcoin, it was the winner. It attracted all the smart capital. Satoshi launched Bitcoin, disappeared from history forever, disclaimed any beneficial ownership and said, I don't control it, I don't own it. It is my gift. It is sovereign money. Bitcoin is the safest bank.
What does the future look like to you with Bitcoin?
So that statement of just saving your wealth, that's exactly what these people, I mean, of course, some of them with kids want to pass on that, right? But I know when I talk to my parents, they're not really looking at long-term investments. They want to be sure that they are able to fund their current lifestyle, stay safe, and live out the rest of their life on this earth, whatever that remains. And that just means having money available without it being inflated away and you can't afford your lifestyle. So that makes perfect sense is for those people in that demographic. And then again, like how Michael Saylor has pitched this, and seeing these are the ones that are also getting into Bitcoin. This is the institutional adoption level and the amount of money coming in. So there's just so much potential coming into this. And even this article over here on 101 blockchains, Bitcoin adoption set to soar in 2025. Rise of institutional adoption, changes in regulatory landscape, rapid advancement technology, the halving. I would say that's significant, but that's a year ago already. Rising uncertainty, this is happening right now. So there's a bunch of catalysts. And the crazy thing is still right now, we're sitting at only 4% of the world's population holding Bitcoin. I'm sure more people know about it, but they are not all invested in it or holding it. So this is going to continue to tick upwards. And I don't know at what point this just becomes a hockey stick chart and exponential adoption, but we're not going to stay at these levels for long. Like, now that BTC has the attention of nation states, sovereign wealth funds, other countries, strategic reserves, and even going down into smaller areas like actual states in the US, it just can't stay at this level of 4% for long. Like, it's going to become a talking point definitely by the end of this this cycle that we're in with Bitcoin. So 2025, like this article says, I think this is the year, but you might have until 2026. Like, you're still early. Like, it's not gonna go from 4% to 50% overnight. So it's going to continue to tick upwards. But I don't know, we could easily be at 10 to 15 by the end of the year. Like, we're sitting at 4 now, maybe that's at the beginning of January. I don't really know when this article was done or where they got these numbers from, but it's not going to sit here by the end of the year at the exact same location. That's impossible. So hopefully you got your bags packed and you are dollar cost averaging, you are getting into Bitcoin, you are orange pilling people, you are well aware of staying away from shitcoins and all this other stuff, and ROI dApps, all the mistakes that I made in the last cycle, and you have hitched your horse to the one guaranteed price appreciation, longevity, secure asset in the entire crypto space. At least as Raoul says, with 80% of your portfolio, so you do not fuck this up. I don't know how else I can beat the drum about this. Like, yeah, we may see some temporary volatility. I'm saying for the next 2 to 3 weeks, could be 2 to 3 months, all the way out till June. But one way or another, this year will end with Bitcoin well over the $100,000 level, and you will be kicking yourself if you missed out on this opportunity. All right, smash that HBO special, help a brother out, like, subscribe, comment down below, and until next time, lift daily and achieve your impossible. See you.
Want to pay your in real life bills with crypto? How about send crypto directly to anyone with a bank account? Spritz Finance is a decentralized solution to be your own bank and connect your crypto earnings to real world bills and payments. They do not take custody of your assets and allow support on multiple blockchains and Web3 wallets. Sign up below using my referral link and you will get $50 back when you make your first $50 bill payment with crypto. Additionally, I will be using referral bonuses to airdrop, donate, or burn based on community feedback. Sign up now.